So you bagged yourself a blind hottie and you don't know what fragrance to wear for your date. You hear that blind people have a better sense of smell, so how should you play it? Hi, I'm Blind Ian and I'm on a mission to get more disabled people laid. And I like things that smell nice. Basically, I'm using my slightly heightened sense of smell for good. And sex. To cover all budgets, I'm going to give you 3 cheap, 3 medium priced and 3 expensive fragrances that you would normally wear on a date, and then I'll use the same budget categories for fragrances you can wear on a date with a blind girl. Sorry, at the moment, I don't know how to attract blind boys, but I will work on it. Quick caveat, as you may be able to tell by some of my descriptions, I'm not a fragrance content creator. At least not yet. Okay, the cheap fragrances if you're dating someone who can see is this, Liquid Run. Beautiful, smells like an orange creamsicle vanilla-y thing. Lovely, but a bit strong if someone's got a sensitive sense of smell. We've got this, which is Afghan Supremacy Collector's Edition, and I hate this stuff, but a lot of people like it, so you might want to wear it, but way too overpowering for people who can't see. And this, which is Latafa Camera Cower something, I don't know, it's bloody awful. It smells like coffee and vanilla if they pass through the digestive system of a cow. Sorry, but I did warn you about the descriptions. So the cheapies you should wear if your date can't see are this, which is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Now, if you can't see this, it looks, I think they're trying to style it like a piece of a car, but it looks and feels like a remote control. But it does smell beautiful. It's kind of orangey and vanilla-y and, oh, just nice, but it's subtle, so date will only get a whiff of it if they lean in close. You're not going to overwhelm them. We've got this, which is, I don't know why I'm looking at it. I can't see it. Ode for Honour and Glory, or words to that effect. I can't see it and I don't know what it's called. Someone can probably put it in the comments. This is a kind of a pineapple creme brulee kind of smell. It doesn't project very far, but it is very nice. So again, your date will only notice it when they lean in close, so they won't be overwhelmed by your pineapple-ness. And finally, for the cheapies, we've got this, which, if you can't see, looks a little bit like a canteen used by children in a tea party. It's actually an aftershave. And this is called Amaf Odyssey Limoni. It's supposed to be, I think, a combination of a couple of Louis Vuitton fragrances, but in essence, all it smells like is lovely citrus fruits and a bit of tea in the base, and it's fucking divine. Honestly, it doesn't project that well, but when you get close, every sniff makes you a little bit happier. Designer medium price fragrances for dating someone who can see. The first one you're probably going to wear is this, which is Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Le Parfum. As someone who can't see with a slightly more sensitive sense of smell, I find this a little bit challenging. It's a bit too screechy and a bit too in your face. If you wear this when you're dating someone who can't see, they're gonna lean back every time you lean in. The next one we have, which is quite popular for people dating, is Armani Stronger With You Absolutely. It's fucking lovely. But again, it's got quite strong projection. I mean, your date may not mind being washed in the aroma of a boozy, vanilla-y, nutty kind of bomb of delightfulness, but they might, and you really don't want to take that risk. And thirdly, the fragrance you'll probably wear if your date can see is this, Spice Bomb Extreme. The name says it all. It smells like tobacco, vanilla, and spices, and it's lovely, but it fills a room, and if you've got a slightly sensitive sense of smell, you're going to be pissed off by this by the end of the day. So if your date can't see, you want something that's not quite as projecting and a little bit more subtle on the nose. First medium priced designer fragrance if you're dating someone who can't see is this, Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. It's fresh, it's clean, it doesn't do a lot. It's not traditionally a date night scent, but it does smell lovely, and every time they lean in, they're going to go, my bits are tingling. Second, and I really like this one, is Rouse Club New York. This is like a creamy blackcurrant. Oh, God, it's lovely. You don't want too much. It is still quite strong, but a little bit either side of your neck for when, oh, God, this is... Sorry, I just made a mess. And thirdly, we have, here comes the French, Guerlain L'Homme L'Idéal Eau de Parfum. Cheers. This is a kind of spicy cherry beauty. Oh, it's lovely. And although it doesn't project that well, every now and then you get a little whiff of just sweet. It's not overly treacly or anything. It's not that kind of sweetness. It's just a subtle nose-tickling sweetness. And fucking hell, I love this stuff. And finally, we have the big boys. These are the niche fragrances that most people have been told are brilliant for date night, but aren't particularly good if your date can't see. So if your date can see, try this. This is called Grand Soir by MFK, and fucking hell, it's beautiful. It's amber and vanilla, and it is a classic. A lot of people have this in their top 5 fragrances of all time for good reason. However, it is strong, and that amber can be a bit much if you're sensitive in the nose area, so maybe avoid it if your date's blind. Next we have Inicio's Narcotic Delight. It's a cherry masterpiece. Okay, it's quite nice. It doesn't last that long, but it does project quite heavily. It's quite a sickly kind of thing, and again, if you've got sensitive nose, you're going to be sick of this by the end of the day. And finally, probably my favourite is Memo Paris African Leather. Fuck, this is nice. It's got leather, it's got cardamom, it's got all sorts of lovely things. It's spicy, it's sexy, it's alluring, it's dark. It's a lot like Idris Elba, but too much can be too much. I think especially the rose note in there, I find that if I wear it all day, I get pissed off with it. And you don't want your date to feel pissed off with you, even if you do smell fucking divine. And finally, date night fragrances. If you're dating someone who can't see, we have this, which is Creed Millicent Imperial. This Creed one. It's a very subtle kind of creamy watermelon-y kind of lovely thing. It's really nice. We have this, which is Torino 21 by Xerjoff. That's Xerjoff with an X if you're blind. And even if you're not. A lot of people say that this smells like a mint mojito, and they're kind of right, honestly. It's like a mint mojito with a bit of freshly cut grass. It's lovely, and it's quite effervescent, so even if you put a lot on, it's not going to overpower your date, although it will last all fucking day and probably all fucking night. So it's something they can appreciate whilst you're tussling in the sack. And finally, this is going to confuse you fragrance heads, but I actually think this is probably the best date night fragrance for anyone if you're dating someone blind. It's Ocean Leather by Memo Paris. This is a very subtle leather with some citrusy top notes and some beautiful sea salt accords in the middle. But the best thing about it is it doesn't shout in your face. It kind of just flirts around you. Every time your date gets a whiff, they're going to think that they're sat by the sea, sipping on a citrusy cocktail and hanging out with a leather gimp. It's lovely. No, I'm joking. The leather isn't actually that strong. And finally, honourable mention, one scent, one fragrance that covers every base. It's a beautiful fragrance, it's not too overpowering, it smells nice when you're close and it doesn't piss you off, and it's also not too expensive. Ingenious Ginger by Goldfield and Banks. If you like ginger, if you like vanilla, if you like having sex with people, wear this. They didn't pay me to say that, but they're welcome to. There you have it. Get Ingenious Ginger and ignore all the others. If you're interested, it's what I wore on Blind Matchmakers when they did the sniffy test. Watch it on ITVX. Follow for more dating content and let me know if you want any more fragrance content. I'll understand if you don't. Cheers.